We have a lot of support now from the wider community, which it makes things a lot easier. People are more open to wanting to understand why Tasmanian Aboriginal people are like they are. And that is due to invasion and having everything taken off us. And yet here we are today, contemporary Tasmanian Aboriginal people, and we're out there sharing our culture and our knowledge and our stories. So they're all cultural objects. I made this basket for my mum while she was going through her cancer treatment. This tells a story to me. I did actually give it to my mum, but I took it back because I really liked it and she was okay. So now there was this absolutely amazing project done through Tasmanian Museum and Art Gallery called Luna Tanupri, where our Aboriginal elder women taught us to collect, clean and string traditional Tasmanian Aboriginal necklaces. That's because our elders were getting older and the knowledge hadn't been passed on. So a project was created where we could learn how to do this, and this is how it's continued on. So that intervention was really saved the necklaces. These ones here are a little bit of a different story. I've got a small issue about our necklaces not being in Lutruwita. I go online and I find where they are. Sometimes they're, in South Africa, sometimes they're in England. They're all over Australia as well. And I buy them back and bring them back home. So these are typically called Hobart necklaces because white women actually made these as well, and they used to dye them different colours. Our people didn't dye them. But yeah, they all belong here because mariner shells, you can't get them anywhere else on the planet. So they're only in Tasmania. These beautiful little echidna quills. I sent my kid out to the freezer the other night to get some chips. And he came back in, he goes, "Mum, don't let any of my friends look in the freezer." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "There's an echidna in it." And I was like, "Oh, that's right." So there was an echidna on the side of the road. It had been run over. It was dead. And I'm freezing it, and then I'll put it in the ground and I'll collect the quills to make jewellery out of. This is just the start of a little basket. So you can so that turns into that. In here is ochre that I've been grinding up. This is just a display kelp basket because we would use these traditionally as water carriers. I don't actually need to drink water out of a water carrier anymore, but I still like having cultural objects around the house to, remind us of where we've come from and remind us of our resilience as Tasmanian Aboriginal people. And you can have bad days, but the resilience within us, it runs through our blood, and we're made of the bones and blood of our old people, and there's nothing we can't get through.